Hi. I wanted to share something interesting that I assume is very important for our task. I am in the Valley of Fertility. Actually, I am in the parking lot of the Valley of Fertility in the south of Cyprus. And the first thing that I saw when I arrived here is this. It's painted all over. And it's very symbolic because remember that the first crop circle that appeared was that symbol, the blue one? That means that is a cross, of course, and people related to Christianism. But also, there's something much more ancient about it. And there is, on top of that, there's another symbol, which is very interesting too. It's a red one, which is called swastika. So the swastika is also a very ancient, interesting symbol that I think in our path is important to understand better. And then we have another symbol here, which is the blue one, where the other black cross is on top of it, that it looks like if someone did a wrong swastika, but actually is a very ancient Greek symbol that means the waves of the sea, Poseidon, the people of the navigation. So it's actually waves of the sea. So what does this mean? What is all of this? Like, I literally parked in front of this and I'm the only one here. So the reason why this is so interesting in our journey is because I'm talking about the navigation system of Earth, and we have to find the steering wheel of Earth. So guess what? We have here the waves of time, Poseidon, and on top we have the steering wheel of the boat. So what is the steering wheel of the boat? Is these two symbols combined when they get together. And usually in history they have been divided in different symbologies. But let's go to what do they represent. The blue one is actually not a cross, it's actually Earth and solstice and equinoxes. Yeah, solstice like this and equinoxes like this. So remember that an equinox is a moment when the Earth is in the same, like the equator is at the same distance, North Pole, South Pole, towards the sun. Yeah, so they are equinoxes, which means the nodes are even, they are equal towards the sun. And then the solstice means that the equator goes down and only one of the noxes, of the nodes, which is the north or the south, is pointing towards the sun. So solstice means the sun is still, which means that suddenly the sun is, the North Pole is the only one observing the sun, and the Earth stays still one day there, and then it starts to move back, and in the other position, the south is facing the sun, so we have the other season. Okay, so those are the two moments of solstice in relationship to the sun, and the two moments of equinoxes in the two, which marks the four seasons. Okay, so that is the symbol, and it's very ancient. It's not Christian, it's not related to any religion. It's basically the oldest symbol that you can find everywhere that reminds everyone that we are bounded in time, that this is it, that's time. Okay, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you are affected by this cross. So a lot of people in history, they put the sun, like this circle being the sun in the four positions that we can see the sun, and so any being that represented the divinity on Earth, which means representing the sun, would have that symbol on their back, in their heart, around. So the circle of the sun with the cross. And then we have the space one. So that was time. But what is the space? Is the red one. So what is the red? Is the rotation of Earth. Is the spinning of Earth. So how Earth is moving throughout these equinoxes and solstices. Okay, so that it's very interesting because the swastika then represents the other directions of time. So there are two swastikas that create a box. One swastika spinning in one direction, which is the North Pole, and the other swastika spinning in the opposite direction, which is the South Pole. So when you put both together, you create a box. You create a square with a cross in the center. It's not a circle, it's a square. So that square with a cross in the center represents Earth. And the circle represents the sun. So when you have only one direction of the swastika, it means that it's rotating in a specific position, in a specific direction. Either is right or left, north or south, east or west. So it represents the different powers. So when you have the swastika in one specific position, it means that the south has the power or the east has the power. But if you turn it in the other direction, it means the west has the power or the north has the power, okay? But it represents space. So when you have these symbols together, one on top of the other, what you have is the steering wheel of consciousness. It means now I know how to navigate time and space. But what happened in humanity? Cultures put those symbols against each other, and they became religious or communist or socialist or against religion, against free thinking in both sides. So one movement was against religion and the other one was against that movement. So throughout history, those symbols became separate. And even the symbols of the sea, they stopped being used as the symbols of consciousness and the moving of time and the navigation of time, and just became a decorative thing. But this here, you see these waves, they represent time and earth. So with a black circle on here, so this represents earth traveling through time, the ocean of time, and earth being the space. And above you have the steering wheel of the boat that is navigating this ocean. So these symbologies right now here is like if someone tried to say, oh, this is my symbol, and no, this is my symbol, and I don't want that symbol here, I want that symbol there, and I'm more powerful, and all this craziness that humans have created. But actually all the symbols are the ones that are trapping the captain of the boat, which is the mind. Your pineal gland is basically in the center of all of that. So the moment you see those symbols, and instead of using them correctly, we use them to divide and to think that we are against each other. So that's the moment that the steering wheel is broken. And I mentioned also that Colombia is the steering wheel. And the reason why is because that red symbol, if you put the symbol on top of Colombia, the swastika on top of Colombia, you will have the four corners of the country, but in the opposite direction. So from Tibet to the Andes, we have these two symbols, and Christianity and the Hellenistic world has the other symbols. So we have them all spread around, and when you have the square with the cross in the center, which is Earth, with two directions of rotation at once, you have a very ancient symbol that is called the city of the sunset, which is when the boat is sailing on the horizon, and the city of the sunset is called Jerusalem. So it's the symbol of Jerusalem. And where the sun sets for Jerusalem is the Mediterranean Sea. And the first thing that you see in that land is Cyprus. So here we are.